shed a bit of light on that. So back in October, it was announced that Liang Wenbo was going to be provisionally suspended due to alleged misconduct. Since then, last year, 7 players were added to that suspension list, including the 2021 Masters champion Yan Bingtao.
Chinese players were riding high, making waves and climbing the snooker ranks like never before. They looked unstoppable, until it all fell apart. Behind the wins and trophies, something shady was going on. 10 players, once stars, got caught in a scandal that no one saw coming. Now, their reputations are in pieces. Let's dive into the story that rocked the snooker world. Liang Wenbo, lifetime ban. Liang Wenbo, once one of China's most successful snooker players, has faced the harshest punishment in this match-fixing scandal, a lifetime ban. At 36, Liang's career has come to an abrupt end, marking a significant fall from grace. He was found to have not only fixed matches himself, but also pressured younger players into doing the same. The World Professional Billiards and Snooker Association, WPBSA, concluded that his influence extended beyond his own actions, affecting the careers of others in the sport. On top of his lifetime ban, Liang was fined £43,000. For someone who was once celebrated for his skill, this outcome has left a major stain on his legacy, closing the chapter of his professional snooker career permanently. Li Heng, lifetime ban. Li Heng, another player to receive a lifetime ban, was also heavily involved in the scandal. At 32, his role was similar to Liang Wenbo's, using his influence to encourage match-fixing among younger, less experienced players. The investigation revealed that Li Heng had been involved in match manipulation for financial gain, and his actions warranted the same severe punishment as Liang. Li was also fined £43,000 for his involvement. Once considered a skilled competitor in the sport, his lifetime ban ensures that he will never compete professionally in snooker again. His fall has been equally devastating for fans who once supported him. Zhao Xintong, 5 years, 4 months suspension. Zhao Xintong's suspension for 5 years and 4 months came as a shock to many, given his recent success in the sport. As the winner of the 2021 UK Championship, Zhao was seen as one of the most promising talents in snooker. However, his involvement in the match-fixing scandal has severely damaged his career. Zhao's suspension is one of the longest among the younger players, and many wonder if he will ever be able to regain his form or the trust of fans once his suspension is over. His suspension highlights the impact of the scandal on even the brightest stars in the sport. Yan Bingtao, 5 years suspension. Yan Bingtao, who won the 2021 Masters at just 23 years old, received a 5-year suspension for his role in the scandal. Like Zhao Xintong, Yan was considered one of the rising stars of Chinese snooker. His 5-year ban has raised concerns about how much this will affect his future in the sport, as being sidelined for half a decade could have long-term consequences for his development. His suspension sent a clear message to fans and players alike that even young talents are not immune to the consequences of match-fixing. Yan's absence from competitive play will be felt, as many had high hopes for his future in the game. Zhang Jiankang, 4 years, 5 months suspension. Zhang Jiankang, another young player caught up in the scandal, received a suspension of 4 years and 5 months. At 24 years old, Zhang's career was just getting started, but his involvement in match-fixing has put a serious dent in his trajectory. With a suspension of this length, Zhang will lose valuable years in a sport where consistent practice and competition are essential for growth. His suspension serves as a reminder of how deeply the scandal has affected players across different levels of the game. Chen Zifan, 5 years suspension. Chen Zifan, a 28-year-old player with growing prospects, has also received a 5-year suspension. Chen's involvement in match-fixing, like many others, has cost him a significant portion of his professional career. His suspension adds to the list of players whose futures are now uncertain due to this scandal. The ban removes him from competition for half a decade, leaving his return to the sport highly questionable. The duration of the suspension is a signal that authorities are taking this scandal seriously and that all involved will face lengthy consequences. Chang Bingyu, 3 years suspension. Chang Bingyu, only 20 years old, has been handed a 3-year suspension. As one of the youngest players involved, his career is now on hold at a crucial point in his development. Chang's suspension shows how even the newer generation of players was drawn into the scandal, impacting those who were just beginning to make a name for themselves. While his suspension is shorter than others, 3 years is still a significant amount of time to lose, especially for a player his age. Zhao Zhanbo, 2 years 8 months suspension. Zhao Zhanbo, another young player at 19, has received a suspension of 2 years and 8 months. Zhao was just starting to establish himself in the world of professional snooker, but this scandal has derailed his progress. His suspension, while not as lengthy as some others, still removes him from the sport for a crucial period of his early career. Zhao's case highlights how widespread the match-fixing issue became, involving players from various stages of their careers. Bai Langning, 2 years 8 months suspension. At 20 years old, Bai Langning has been suspended for 2 years and 8 months, the same as Zhao Zhanbo. Like Zhao, Bai's involvement in the scandal has disrupted his young career, potentially affecting his ability to return to the sport with the same momentum. The suspension period will keep him out of competition during a time when many young players his age are building their skills and reputations. Bai's suspension, along with the others, reflects the broad impact of this scandal on the future of Chinese snooker. Zhang Shankang, 1 year 8 months suspension. Zhang Shankang, who received the shortest suspension of 1 year and 8 months, is the last on the list of players. Despite having the shortest ban, his involvement in the scandal still leaves a mark on his career. The shorter suspension reflects his possibly lesser involvement in match-fixing compared to the others, but it is still a major setback. Zhang will be out of the sport for nearly 2 years, during which time the snooker landscape may shift, making his return more difficult. The public reaction to the bans has been mixed, with some supporting the punishments and others finding them too severe. A Weibo poll showed that about 70% of respondents supported the punishments, agreeing that they were appropriate given the seriousness of the scandal. However, others pointed out that the punishments were harsher than those seen in similar scandals, such as the 6-month suspension of UK player John Higgins in 2010. Online comments have ranged from support for the bans to frustration over the severity of the consequences. This scandal has had a profound impact on the reputation of Chinese snooker. The sport has been growing in popularity in China, with stars like Ding Shunhui helping to raise its profile. However, this match-fixing scandal threatens to undo some of that progress. The Chinese Billiards and Snooker Association has vowed to take a zero-tolerance approach to match-fixing, but the damage to the sport's image is undeniable. With nearly half of China's top players involved in the scandal, the future of Chinese snooker is now uncertain. As the dust settles from this massive scandal, the long-term effects on the players and the sport remain to be seen. While some of the suspended players may attempt to return to the sport once their bans are over, the trust they lost may be harder to regain. The snooker world will likely keep a close watch on future efforts by the WPBSA and other governing bodies to prevent a scandal of this magnitude from happening again. But that's it for this video. Hope you like it. Leave your suggestions in the comments. For more snooker content, click on the screen right now.